Alright, we're going to take a look at the new Erank. Anthony has launched the site just this week. It's been in beta testing for a while, but it's had a complete revamp with the help of Starla Moore and her web creator that she hooked him up with to just give it a whole new look. The new logo and a lot of new features on here. So they've, basically given a brand overhaul to make it look better. And some new things that are actually inside the site for everyone. It still has the same free version and the Etsy Rank Pro version, or excuse me, E-Rank Pro version. And a lot of new things too. So we're going to log in and take a look at that. You will go to login. First thing you will do is change your link setting from the old site was under etsyrank.com. This will be under erank.com. So I've changed mine so that my actual bookmark saving for it is to the new website now, and it just takes me straight to the login page. So if you're looking at type in, for erank.com, when you get there, you will actually log in with the same login information as the other site. All of your info is going to be pulled, into the new site. So it's just going to have a different look to it now. This is the new dashboard page. So it has a little bit different format, a little bit different look to it here. There's a lot of new things that have been added here to help you understand how to use the site. Of your sales, feedback, sales rank, it tells you all of that about your shop at the top. How many listings, the spelling issue, tags, your inventory. And for those that don't understand the inventory, I really do not have that much inventory sitting in my house. The inventory calculation is based on the amount of items you show in your shop listed. So when I set my listings up, I put it in and I list that I have 10 available or 5 available or whatever it is. And it figures the amount of inventory value based on that times, the number of items you're saying you have available times the amount that you're actually charging for the item, and that gets you your inventory value. It's not necessarily what you have sitting in your house, but it's what you're saying you can make. It has a spotted on Etsy feature here, which is telling you how many things that they have found of yours on the first couple of pages based on the tag words that you are following or monitoring. Missing images, some things. This is based on if you have 10 images per item. Some things you need 10 images for, some things you don't. I personally don't use all 10. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But, some items like digital downloads, and you have a mock-up, 10 pictures of the same thing is kind of pointless. So you have to use some other things in there, and you may not need all 10. There's a way to relax the settings for you when you're checking your grades on your shop to count for only 5. I mean, 5 is really, what Etsy really recommends. They give you the option of 10. This tells you how many unique tags you have used. I'm monitoring 20 terms for different keywords. Right now I'm only tracking 9 listings. I'm going to be doing some more as I change things, but you can, pro members can track 50 competitors. I think I have 22. Your shop favorites, Pinterest followers, these kind of things. It gives you a lot of information like that. It shows who I'm who I'm following, and I can see what they sold yesterday. Here's my items that were spotted on Etsy, that kind of thing. So then we're going to look across the top here. You have several new tools that he has set up on here to help you learn how to use Erank. So first we're going to look up here across the top, and we have dashboard, listings, shop, competitor, tools, reports, a refresh data button, help, and then your settings. So help here, you click that and it gives you a quick summary of things. So he's added a lot of things to help you learn how to use the site. This tells you a quick summary of the dashboards, the benefits, how to use Erank, your listings things. It's got a lot of these new features to help people learn how to use the site. That's been a big issue for a lot of people, and I'm hoping that this is going to help alleviate some of that for everyone, because they didn't know how to properly use the site, how to use the tools, where to go to find the tools, that kind of thing. So they have tried very, very hard, and I think done a very good job to make it so that you can find the things you need and learn how to use them. If you don't understand something, ask questions in the Erank group on Facebook. There's all kinds of wealths of information. There's a lot of different people to help you learn how to use it. And now he has listed all of this information right on the site to help you. There's a nice handy feedback button. So if you have a problem with something or an issue or a glitch, you click this little feedback button and it is going to automatically send a little email to Anthony. And you can add up to 5 files if you need screenshots or whatever you need him to see something. And you can send that right down to him. And he'll get that and respond to you. So I'm going to also look over here under settings. Let me close this out for the help settings. Let me get that to go away. I got to hit the close button. Under settings, there's a beginner's guide, getting started with the pro version, the features, Q&A, like facts, most answered, the questions people ask. I can see my shops that I have connected. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shops. Yes, I know that seems like a lot, but one of them is actually on vacation mode until I decide what I'm doing with that one. But so you can see a lot of settings from there. We're going to look at the beginner's guide, since that's going to be very helpful to everyone. When you get to this page, with the beginner's guide, it gives you a lot of information on Erank. Now, he is partnered with Starla Moore, and she's done some really nice little videos here for him to help you learn how to use Erank. There's a little welcome video that gives a lot of information on how to use the site. So that's going to be the first place you go if you to look at this. If you don't understand how to use Erank well already, here's the place you're going to want to start. You're going to go, you can watch
Hello and
her
welcome to
little
Erank.
video.
You've just taken an amazing first step towards your SEO growth. My name is Starla Moore, and today we are going to be going over a few quick tips to help you get started with your new Erank account.
But she's got a lot of
Exploring
tips
your new
of how
dashboard
to
can
use the
seem a
site.
bit scary at first, but don't worry. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to navigate your
She
dashboard,
basically
how to
goes
begin
over
using
how to
your
use
new
the site
tools,
for
and
you
how to
right
request help
here
if you
on the
need
site.
it. Additionally,
So you can watch that, and that's going to help you learn to navigate around. It's going to show you some information here about the suggestions it has. Missing images, attributes, spelling issues, missing tags. These are all things that have been on the site before. Now he has given you, details on what each of these things are, what they mean. Learning from other shops, about the rank checker, all of this information here about how to use the tools on Erank. So you can easily go here under the settings for the help feature and get all that. Tells you all of the little features here. that are available on the site. Now, the little help button here, so if you need help on any page, you can click help and it's going to send you some helpful information. These are all tools that have been available, and it's just helping you learn, how to use them a little bit better, with the beginner's guide. We're going to go straight to the features. This is going to give you a feature summary. So if you don't know what features are on there, you can go right there, click on at Erank features, and it takes you to this page. And it gives you an overview of all the features that you have available to you. The dashboard, active listings, listing change pro. So if you see this little box here that's orange that says pro, that's an indication it is a feature that is only available on the pro version. So if you only have the free version, it's something you won't be able to use. But that also gives you an indication of things that are pro features that you would like to use possibly, that might make you, think, okay, it's worth it to me to pay the $10 to have that. For a lot of us that do this full time, the pro features are, invaluable, as far as helping you get your shop synced. I love the pro features because I have several shops, and there's a lot of things that I can do with the pro feature that are valuable to me. The first one that's coming here is the listing change, where you can, if you're going to change a title or change things on your shop, you can pick the one you're going to do, click to watch it, to do the changes, and then after you make your changes, it's going to follow that listing so that you can see if what you changed worked, didn't work. Are you getting more views? Are you getting more likes? It keeps a snapshot on a daily record so you can see, hey, did what I do, is it making a difference or not? So that's a wonderful feature in itself, just to have the pro version. He has these nice little try-it buttons, learn more buttons, here, so it takes you here and it gives you a quick summary of how to use the dashboard, what you're seeing on the dashboard. So it's a lot of, here we're going to show you how to use our site tools that's now available in here. So they've done a really good job to basically walk you through how to use it and what you're seeing on your dashboard. So I'm going to go back to the other page. Active listings. It gives you a little quick summary benefit on what's there when you go to active listings, what you're going to be seeing, what you're looking at. How can you use this feature? This is a free feature available to all Erank members. That, it just tells you basically what you get for free and what's pro, and how to use these things. The date reports, details, drafted listings, so you can check those, your grades, tag filter, missing tags. I mean, there's tons of things here that are all free features for everyone. Then there's tons of features that are pro features for those that do this full time and you're a professional Etsy seller. If you're a professional Etsy seller working full time, these features are a must for you. Basically, they're going to help you tons with getting your shop in order and on a daily basis for checking your shop. That's why I love this feature, and for me, $10 is nothing to pay for this. It tells the best sellers report. You can see which of your listings have the best conversion rate. You can figure out, hey, these are my best sellers, and maybe these are some that we don't want to do. It's giving me a little error message here. I'm going to have to do some checking on that. I'm not sure. That may be a feature that he's bringing back, because there's still some things he's working on that will come back in the next week or so. It checks your active listings, your inactive listings, all listings, items that have sold only once, which, I have a lot of those because they're custom listings on there. You can see which ones have sold 2 times or more, or things that have just sold once. So that's helpful. The tag report's available to everyone. Ratings and feedback is a pro feature only. The delivery status is a pro feature. It's great. I can click on that and I can tell what packages of mine have been delivered or are still in transit. That kind of thing, all at a glance. Whereas on Etsy, I got to go through, I got to go look to all shipped items. I got to check everyone separately. Here, it's all on one page, so I can see everything at one time. Has a sales map feature, so you can see, where have you sold to. A lot of people really like to do this and want to see what states have you sold to. So you can hit that, and it's going to show you what's the 100 most recent orders. Where were they going to? What states did you actually sell to? And it's just a little fun feature, in case you want to know. You can see what states you sold to the most. Pennsylvania, I've had 6 sales in the last couple. I guess it's in the last 100 orders. So basically, this in the last 2 months or so. 4 to South Carolina, 4 to Georgia, Alabama. 6 to Florida, 7 to Texas, 8 to California, 3 to Oregon, 2 to Colorado. You can see how many listings went to each state. I live in North Carolina. I've had 2 sales in North Carolina this month. It tells me, okay, this is sales by country. I'm trying to figure out when I sold 2 of anything into this country, but I guess I did at some point, but that wasn't recently, didn't think. It tells you the cities that you sold to, where things went to, and the amount, the quantity. It gives you reports on the receipts and things. I'm not sure if this is completely up to date. I'm trying to figure this out because it doesn't say quantity. It may have a couple glitches he's still working on, because I would think that should have the quantity of items you sold to each person, but it's showing 0 on everything, so I'm not sure. I'll have to send Anthony a little report on that. Let's see. Let's go back to the features. So it's just a lot of little things like that. And he's got missing image report, missing tags, missing attributes, one-word tags. So you can see, what items of yours that, you only have one-word tags to. That's something you might want to fix. Compare listings, your grades, tag filters. Let's see, category tools, how to fix your shortcut to get to Erank features. Trending on Etsy report. Some of the things I'm sorry, it's giving me no data available. There we go. This is like trending things people are searching for right now, because maybe it's Easter dresses, which just passed. Things that were like people were really looking for recently, and then it shows you things, it's gone down because people aren't looking like Easter dresses anymore and things. It has the little graphs. It shows you little trends for different times from, say, last year, what was trending, and 2018, wording that was working. So all of these are features here that's, this is a pro feature, I think. Maybe it's not. This might be for everybody. I'll have to go back and look. But, it's valuable information to help you. Yeah, it's pro with your shop. So those are things for those that don't have the pro version. There's a lot of things that may make you say, I might want a pro version. It shows you how to get started with Pro, what to look for. It gives you a little overview of the Pro version. I haven't watched this little video yet. I'm going to watch it later, but so you can see, yeah, what am I getting for Pro, and kind of look at it for yourself and see if you think it's something worth using for yourself. It goes over all of the things that you get with the Pro version and how they might help you. So if you're thinking about doing the Pro and you don't, this gives you a good overview of the things that, so you understand what you're getting with the Pro version. Frequently asked questions, you can type your question in, and it takes you there and answers your questions about the things. Where do you find the shortcut button? Do we have affiliate programs? Write everything in lowercase letters. Does that affect how my Etsy listing will rank? It answers just a lot of questions he's gotten. People messaged him a lot. He's tried to answer those. So that, because his questions he's constantly getting on the Erank page on Facebook and message to him. So he's tried to answer them. To save some time, you can go here, type your question in, and get your answer. What combination of competition, demand, and engagement is ideal? There is no ideal that works for all listings. And it says, it's recommended to use multi-word tags and highly relevant phrases that people search for. The keyword tool gives you some good ideas. Having lower competition can make it easier for your listing to appear on page 1, and keywords with low to medium search volume are often long-tail keywords. It kind of explains it a little bit. There's a little more to that as far as how the competition, engagement, demand works. But there's more questions answered on different pages too. So he's trying to answer some of the frequent questions on here. So you can just type in your question and it'll take you right to the answer. Let's take a look around here. We're going to go back to the dashboard. So I'm trying to make this just a little quick one. My classes, we'll be going over this a little more in detail, so y'all have to hang on, guys. It's got right here, you can get Keyword Explorer, Keyword Tools, spotted on Etsy, SEO grades. So here's the keyword tool that's available to everybody. You can put a keyword in, and I'm going to put, say, hand stamp jewelry, and do a search, and it's going to process for me. And it gives me my long tail graph. Now, some of this information that you're seeing here, I do have the Pro version. So some of this you may not see if you don't have the Pro version. It may give you, partially some of this information. So the Pro version does give you a little more things to look at because you're paying for it. But the free version will give you some information, but some of this type of stuff, Google search competition and stuff, you won't get all of that, but you'll get some basic information. This is showing me my keyword I typed in. It's a long tail keyword. Basically how many, around how many searches a month Etsy gets for this. Is it high engagement, very high amount of competition? These are other suggested keywords that you may want to use. Also that it gives you under here, it also gives you the graphs for Etsy and Google search trends. The blue is Google, the yellow is Etsy, and it's telling you over the years here what the search trend for this wording has been. The long tail graph, and they've referred to it as the dinosaur graph because it's like here's the tail and the top of the dinosaur, and where is your keyword following along this little graph. If it's up at the head over here, is it a most searched, highly searched, bigger keyword that's kind of vague? So more people may search it, but it may also be higher to rank for. And then down until it gets to searched a little less, and where if it's higher conversion because somebody is specifically, leaning on down to that particular keyword. Like, I'm going to try this one here, maybe. Yeah, it won't let me. Oh, yeah, it did. Okay. So this is hand stamped jewelry with initials. This is a little more in-depth search here. It doesn't give me that much information because he doesn't have as much maybe on that. This is something if somebody was searching, they wanted their kids' initials on it. But it's telling me it's lower engagement, but it's high conversion. This would be a search that a customer would like be narrowing down for something they wanted specifically their kids' initials on, say to be. So this tells me, if whether I want to use those particular wordings or not. It's just a good way to explore things that you want to see. You're spotted on Etsy tool. It tells me, where my item was spotted on page 1, position 14, and what day that screenshot was done. So this was from yesterday at 7:14 a.m. on the 26th. It was spotted on page 1, position 14. And these are some of my silver charms. This is a sterling silver not my circus, not my monkey necklace. Page 2, spot 25. And it was spotted on yesterday. This is something I actually sold earlier this week. So it kind of shows you things that were spotted on Etsy for different wording. Like this one here is the same listing, but it was spotted on 13 different pages for different keywords. It was spotted on page 1 for hand stamped jewelry, page 2 for mommy necklace, page 2 for stamped jewelry, page 2 for mother's necklace, page 2 again for mother's necklace. Well, mother's necklace with apostrophe and mother's. So it was spotted for different keywords on different pages. Mother necklace again. That seems like a duplicate. Maybe it's a different version, sterling silver and regular. But this kind of gives you an idea of where your items are showing up, based on the monitored keywords that you are using. It tells you, some of your items that people are seeing on the first few pages. So this is a nice feature that it just tells you where certain things are ranking. So I know if I'm showing up where I want to be seen. I want this necklace seen under mommy necklaces or mother's necklaces and personalized jewelry. So this tells me it's on page 1 and what position it is. So it gives me a lot of ideas. This is something that's been selling hot. It's on page 2, position 5. I'm getting a lot of sales on this. So it's telling me where it's located exactly and how well I'm showing up. So it's a neat feature, there for that. Let's see, it's got your keywords, other keywords, monitors, edit, how you can edit your keywords, your CEO grades. You can check your grades of your listings from this. Takes you right to here. You see your grades, the conversion rate, visibility score. Keep in mind, guys, visibility score doesn't mean can your item be seen. It's telling you basically how many times it's been looked at. It's not whether people actually can see it or not. It's based on the amount of times it's been looked at, not whether, so if you see a low score, that doesn't mean nobody can see it. It's not visible. It means it's not been clicked on as many times. It's not been looked at as many times. So you have to understand what certain things mean. This means that it's been looked at more times. The higher my visibility score means it's been looked at more. And that kind of gives me an idea of, what's showing up well. And this is one thing I'm tracking here. So it tells me a lot about this, the sales history tracking. I can click on sales history for this item and see, times, dates, years when it's sold, things that have sold about it recently. I'm going to look at, this is all things with the listing report. The change thing, if you look at this from the dashboard, under listing reports, changes is only the pro feature for that. Everything else is available to everybody. The shop things, the best sellers, rating pro, delivery status are, these are the pro features. The rest is available for everyone. Competition, top sellers, top seller by country, top seller by categories, but this is for your this is the pro feature to track your competitors. Tools, they have a keyword explorer for pro version and a regular keyword tool. The difference is you can search more keywords at a time. The bulk keyword tool, bulk rank checker, you can check more things at a time. The reports, market reports, and trending on Etsy. So, you can look across here and see, what are the pro features that I'm getting for my $10? And then you can check that, getting started with pro to see, what each of those features do. So you know, and can make a decision on whether you want to go to it. There's a lot of things. Let's see if I can go to the... When you're checking your grades, so it tells you here things like image count, that kind of thing. There's a way you can go on here under settings. If you only want to track, you want to have it so that you're only monitoring, say, for 5 keyword warnings. You edit your keywords here that you're monitoring. The warning for images, if you want a strict warning for 10 because you really are trying to use all 10, or you can relax it for 5. You can click that button so it doesn't give you so much the warning. It relaxes the warning on where you're checking your grades for that, because I don't want to see it keep telling me, oh, I need to use 10, because I'm not going to use 10 anyway. I'm going to go back and look at my listings, and I'm going to look at my active listings and see if I can go to one more thing for you before we stop. So I'm going to go to a listing audit. It takes you to edit all of these things, quickly from one thing to the other. Here is showing me my grade on this, because I need to fix a few things on here, something I haven't done. But it's got a high visibility score. It had 4 sales on it. Excuse me. It tells me my total views. This here highlighted is basically showing you what shows up right under your picture. It's telling me if my title may be long. That's okay. I don't worry about that because I'm going to use my full title space. It has a tag analysis. What this is telling me here, I'm duplicated as far as this goes. I have wedding forks, and it's duplicating it with a similar tag, custom wedding forks. So I don't need to have wedding forks and custom wedding forks. So it lets you know if there's things that you might need to change in your tags because it's duplicating. So I'll know I need to fix that. It's talking about attributes. These just give you things to tell you, have you got your format up? Keep in mind, this does not tell you if you're using the best wording or not. So you have to figure that out for yourself by researching your keywords. So, but this is just helping you to see if you formatted your thing right. And it's pointing out things that you may need to look at in order to get your listing in a better format. This shows you your Google preview. You can see exactly what shows under the photo, what it will look like on Google, all of that. So these are really, really good features. It also has the hashtag generator. So if you're using social media and hashtags on social networking, it helps give you, an idea of hashtags you might want to put on there. Look at there. Gives you all of those. And it's kind of helps you figure out how you want to do them, and so you can copy them and use them wherever you might need them on social media. So that helps you out with that. I don't do that a lot. I'm going to try to start a little more of that, but I'm going to use that feature. It talks about tells you what things with your description practices, categories to use, attributes. It tells you things, information, so that you can understand how these suggestions are going to help you. I'm going to go in even now and we're going to look at how to fix it. This says, I'm going to edit my listing. I'm going to try to fix this and, fix what needs to be fixed. I know that the one thing on my listing that needs to be fixed is I have a duplicate tag. So I'm going to go in and figure that out and fix that part. I need to do a little more to this, but I'm going to fix that first. I don't need to have wedding forks if I have custom wedding forks. I'm going to try to pick a better keyword to put in there. Okay. Yeah, I knew it was too long. How about this? I'm going to publish it. Then I'm going to go back to my listing audit and I'm going to refresh. He's moved the refresh button. It used to be up at the top over here, but now it's got a great big button so you can see. And you can refresh the data for your listing. And that fixing that one little thing changed my grade to an A from a C because I took away my duplicate tag. So it has it has some suggestions. Others still left. I'm going to look at those and see if there are things I actually still want to change. Yeah, it's saying my title's long, but I like my title. I'm going to leave it longer because it's covering a lot of keywords. And Etsy has said, use the full space. So if you use the full space with good keywords, you're fine. You don't necessarily have to have a short title. This is just telling you, make sure you're using your important keywords in there. It's best practices for tags. I'm going to think about this one and see if I might want to use a little bit different tags. But with this particular item, I'm kind of about where I need to be, I think. I might want to change a few things, but I know what keywords my customers are searching for that. So I'll leave that alone. And, it says my description is too long, but I've just recently added something up here at the top for Mother's Day. So I'm going to, that's going to change. I'm not going to worry about my description being too long exactly because there's certain things in there I just like to have in there for an FYI for my customers. Whether they read it or not, I know that it's there. I have less than 10 images. Yes, I understand that, and that's fine for me. I may go in and add a couple more with some new things, but I'm not quite finished with tweaking this one, so I'm going to leave it as is. But this is a little overview. It's not that much different than the old version, but it's got these helpful suggestions on here. So if you need help, you can get help with things on here. Learn more best practices for Etsy. You click that button, it takes you straight to the Etsy Seller Handbook, guys, so you can see what Etsy actually says about these things, okay? So that's a good feature. Best practices for images. Click that, takes you what Etsy says about photos on Etsy. So this is He's linking you straight to those things you need to answer your questions right from Etsy. What does Etsy say about it? Straight to the Etsy handbook to find things to help you figure out what you need to be using on your listing. Everybody's like, where's that at in the handbook? I can't find it. Well, Anthony has helped you out, and they have linked you right to the question to explain these things for you so you can get the information straight from Etsy. If you don't understand it, it's going to tell you exactly what Etsy said about this. I'm going to look here. It's going to tell me straight what Etsy said. Everything you need to know. It's going back here. It says the essentials, categories, attributes, titles. Focus on writing a short, descriptive, clear title. But, it also didn't say, this is could be all you need to write. But then again, you may need to use 3 short phrases. And they actually said that. So, in the podcast, you can use 3 short phrases. So it's like 3 short little titles inside your title to help get you customers. But you're trying to match what a customer's looking for, and that's what's most important, is using the wording that they are using. But this is a great feature that he's added that it's showing you exactly what Etsy says. Do not, here's a little warning, don't remove good keywords from your listing. If you've been getting sales, it's been getting looks, you don't want to change too much. So, I'm going to look at the keyword tool for the Pro version. The Pro version gives you one view. The other keyword version gives you a different view for those that don't have the Pro information. I'm going to check the keyword tool. It may show me more simply because I have the Pro version. I'm going to see. It's giving you your searches per month, competition, engagement. It gives you popular tags popping up that you may want to use. I'm thinking this is giving me a little more information simply because I have the Pro version. You may not find it. If you don't have it, you may not get quite as much as I'm seeing. But, I'm using the one search term, and it's telling me down here all these other terms that kind of are in the same type of jewelry and things that are good keywords I might want to use if I'm not using it. So, this feature alone is great. To help you figure out what wording you need to use. And look how long of a list it is. And it shows you some other sellers' items, including one of mine, that, what they're using. So you can see what keywords and tags other people are using. So, basically, this is just a quick little overview. I'm not sure quite how long this video has lasted of, the new Erank. Check it out. Check out, what you think of it. Let him know. Give him up some feedback if you like it, don't like it. If you see any glitches, please give him feedback on that so that he can get those things fixed and taken care of. So that he can make sure everything's working, because it is new. It's just launched. So if there's any technical issues, they want to get that taken care of as fast as they can for you. So, check it out. Remember where to find all your beginner's guides, the getting started, the features. All of this is, right here for you guys. He's trying to make it as easy as possible for you to find the answers to your questions. And if you still have questions, you can message them to me here. You can message them on the Erank group on Facebook. There's, Pam has joined their team, and now, so they have a little extra help there to help answer your questions. He has a link that links you straight to the Erank group on the Erank site now too, and to their Twitter and all of that they've added on there. But you could go right here on the Erank and ask questions and message Anthony or Debbie. Is always on there answering questions to help people. Pam Duffy is now on there helping them with this also. I chime in and help answer questions when I can. So, you have a world of wealth at your fingertips to help you that those of us that are older shops didn't have to start with. So you have no excuse to not get in here and get going with this and get your shops where they need to be. Hope this video has helped you out a little bit. Remember, erank.com is the new site so that you can find it. The old site is still up now. I'm not sure how much longer that will be before it's completely switched over. So go ahead, check it out. Check out all the new features and give Anthony some feedback.